Look into your crystal ball, though. Like, what do you think 3 years from now? Are they all together? Is LIV still doing its thing? Because, I mean, they have good players over there. There's no doubt. I mean, they have Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Cam Smith, and nobody watches. So what happens? Say they happen to get Jon Rahm and other big players. I mean, is it automatically going to become the tour to watch, or what's
well, I mean, the one thing holding up, and the reason that he keeps talking about, I got to get certain things done before I commit, is the fact that they cannot exist without World Golf Ranking points. Mm-hmm. They can't get the big players, because the big players will finally, after not getting world ranking points, going to fall out of the majors, and that's what they're there for. They're trying to build their legend.
I mean, like Taylor Gooch is not in the majors right now. Zero.
Right. Zero.
Which is he was just coming into his own. He's one of the guys I thought was like surprised.
And guys, if you look at this thing and what's going to go on, it will be unified in some way, shape, or form, and there's going to be a world tour of 15 events, whatever. Take your pick, 15, 20 events. It's going to be at the top. All the other tours can be below it, and they're going to be sanctioned to bring players in. These players fall out. Remember, 75, let's say. So let's say they take the bottom 25. They go down, play, but you got to work back up to get that. You get that big piece of the pie here, because there are revenue streams involved with this. There are team events. Just what Tiger's doing now with TGL, just what they're trying to do in LIV is build equity in the team. And then you go buy the team, you buy the merchandise, you buy all that. The Ryder Cup has put this whole thing in perspective of what to do.
But the Ryder Cup's not about money for players. I mean, I get it, the PGA America, the European Tour, the DP World Tour make a shit ton of money off of it. But team golf, like we talked about this on our SiriusXM show the other day, like team golf for me does nothing except for the Ryder Cup and President's Cup.
And that's different. That's country versus country, or continent versus continent. Like I root for the U.S. because we're from here, you know?
But let's look at the economics of it. If I create teams, I build equity in that teams, and I can get people to come in and buy the equity in that team, and then buy the process of the revenue streams of that team. That's huge. In this, where we're going with this thing, that is going to be the pinnacle, to get outside revenue coming in to bolster these things, so I can sell everything involved with my team, my 5 guys or whatever.
But do you think that's going to be bigger than the actual professional game of golf, like team? See, I just don't see that. Like, I mean, golf, for what we've known in our entire life.
Tell me about all the other sports.
They're not. It's not the same.
But that's geographic. Yeah. That's like
look. Okay, tennis.
Bingo.
I root for the Broncos because I'm from
geographic.
Denver.
What's LIV doing? They're putting all the guys together in the same country, making teams. It all gets down. It all gets down
tennis?
To the equity.
Like, I used this example the other day. Like, you really tuned into Wimbledon to watch the finals of the doubles? No, like, you don't care.
Not too many people watch tennis.
I think more people watch tennis than watch golf.
I don't think so.
Around the world?
I don't think
more people watch volleyball, thank you, Frank Nobilo, around the world than watch golf.
I just learned that.
Where do they watch it?
On TV.
Okay, then you've got to look at the revenue of that. Get rid of everything else.
Around the world, and I would say tennis is watched more than golf.
Get money involved, okay? Get money involved. Tennis is a one-guy thing. You can't sell equity in one guy. You can give him patches on his thing, pay him money, the whole deal. So it gets the bigger, better team is going to make a lot more money. The New York Yankees, the Dodgers, the Boston Celtics, blah, 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 blah.
The cliques are not going to make more than the Lakers.
The team aspect for me in golf is tough. Like, I think LIV, you get enough good players, people will watch. Wherever the best players are, the best talent are, people will watch it. But, like, I root for the Broncos because I grew up in Denver, and that's where I'm from, and I've always loved them. He loves the Cowboys. He's from Dallas. Like, our colleges, you know, you have rivalries. You just hate these guys no matter what. They're in our conference. We don't like them. Like, there's built-in allegiances that have started from day one. Golf from day one for everybody has been an individual sport. I root for Tiger Woods. I root for Phil Mickelson. I root for whoever, Jon Rahm. As soon as you package them together in teams, I'm not like, oh, I'm a diehard, name it, whatever. What's one of the names?
Fireballs.
Fireball. I'm a diehard Fireballs guy now. Because it just started yesterday. It's like an expansion team in the NFL or the NBA. It's like, dude, and they already have their fans built in because it's geographic. But if you got a guy from Spain and a guy from the U.S. and a guy from Mexico on the same team, it's like, are you going to be diehard for that team because you got one guy that you like? I just think the team aspect, it's hard to build. Team sports are great because they have passion. Yankees play the Red Sox. They hate each other. Ryder Cup, U.S. versus Europe. Awesome. President's Cup, same thing. It doesn't have, like in golf, I don't see where that passion comes from.
I mean, if I'm just kind of wailing away here. I've had no process of this, figuring this stuff out. But if you took right now, because the game of golf has really expanded worldwide, and now we've got golfers really good from all over the world. In fact, a lot of golfers from a lot of countries are good. So if you put this all together and you put Pakistan against India, if you put all these different countries together, they have their teams and they meet, and there's a final deal, a final frontier where these teams are going South Africa, Korea, blah, 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 and put them all together. Now you got team golf. And you've got, again, I'll go Pakistan against India. You've got you name adversaries, and you put them together in this deal, and all of a sudden it fuels the press, it fuels everything. And then you build, again, I just keep going back to equity in golf and where it's going to go. We've been individual for a long time. We've got a problem because Tiger Woods was our equity, and now Tiger at his age is he's not going to play that much. Mm-hmm. Who's that guy? Who's the next guy? Well, they're going to be torn going where to go. Right now it's Rahm, and a couple of these guys they're not close to Tiger Woods. Not close. So we're going to have a big dip as far as our superstardom star that's shining brightly on the tour. It's going to be hard to find. But in mass, that against that against that. And again, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just trying to figure out where this thing is going and how they're going to get together with old archaic groups that run golf, that are deep-seated in tradition, everything else, trying to keep up. Now, they're trying to do it with TGL and, put them under lights and put them in a simulator and let them go. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but at least they're trying to get out of the USGA, PGA, whatever.
No, they're trying to make it fun and bring in a younger,
yeah,
different audience. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the TGL, it's a Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever thing. It's not trying to be a legit tour. Like, it's just supposed to be fun. I just don't see where the team golf, like, that's where I just like the team golf, I don't think is ever going to be that big of a deal. I don't see young kids going out and wanting to buy merchandise from their favorite team. And I just don't see how you do it. Like, you got Rory McIlroy, you got Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler. Like, how many are going to be on a team? What you mentioned Pakistan versus India. You going to do Team USA? There's 900 really good players from USA.
Take 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Take 5. Be a good team.
I just don't see where.
And by the way, this whole thing's propped up by FanDuel and DraftKings.
I just don't see where team golf will ever overtake major championship golf.
In our sport, probably not in the near future, but I'm not looking in the near future. I'm looking at what's going to happen in the future, 20 years from now, and where it's going. Different. And basically, again, if you just look at the dollars, the one thing about golf, it will attract dollars. So it'll attract revenue streams. So how do you produce something that doesn't rely on a superstar, one guy? Because we're a third-page sport, golf. It's never in the first page. It's always in the third, unless it's Tiger Woods. And he brought us to the front page. But that's a bad business plan. Really a bad one, because you're not going to get a Tiger Woods, but every 20 years, 25 years. How can you build a business plan that has, we'll take somebody, we'll take Jordan Spieth, good guy, everything else, just not the guy to lead. I mean, all these guys, it's not fair. It's unfair to name names, but no one's going to beat Tiger. No. So how do you build a business plan that is a superstar that you get on the front page and go, hey, let's go watch golf because that guy's playing?
I mean, how TV works. I mean, you mentioned golf's a third party, the way the money is. It's just not, the ratings are nothing compared to the big games, and we use it all the time. I mean, the highest rated golf tournament of all time was 2019 when Tiger won the Masters.
Yep.
And it's less than the average NFL Sunday game. The average, just week day. The other day on Thanksgiving, Cowboys Commanders had 41 million viewers. Yeah. You can add up most of the PGA Tour season and you might not get
That's over double, isn't it? The Tiger ratings in 2019, wasn't it 19 million?
I believe it was 15, and the average NFL Sunday game is 19.
Yeah, the Titans and the Jags draw more than the biggest golf event ever.
The PGA Tour, any given tournament, if I remember these numbers, that's 100 years ago, and I was there. Saturday was doing about a 1.5 to a 2. And one rating point is 975,000 people, used to be. And then the weekend was maybe get up to 2.5, 2.6. You'd be ecstatic. If Tiger was playing, your numbers would go up accordingly. But that's, three of us could throw a dinner, invite a couple of comedians, throw a dinner. We could get pretty close to those ratings. We really could. So how do you develop a revenue stream with those kind of ratings? How do you do it?
I don't know. That's where I disagree. I just don't see team golf as doing that, but maybe it is.
But in
Try
fairness,
20 years from now,
in
I don't know.
fairness, Colt and I grew up, like I used the NFL reference, Cowboys, Broncos. We grew up, we started from day one. You like the Cowboys, I like the Broncos, right? That's where we come. Like that's all we know is that type of stuff. If there's a kid out there and starts getting into golf and all he knows is he's in Europe or wherever, and it's I like the cliques, I like the fire, like that's how he started learning the game of golf. Then all of a sudden, maybe team golf could be like a thing, you know. But for us, all we've ever known is individual golf, major championships. That's what matters, you know. Tournaments, that's what matters. It's hard to all of a sudden segue from that and be like, oh, that doesn't matter. Let's get into this team aspect. It's gonna have to start from like the jump.